Hey there, you car nuts. Welcome to the first show of 2019 from West Coast Supercars and Classics. I'm Mark. Hope you all had a good Christmas and New Year's break. It's been raining cats and dogs out here on the West Coast, so it hasn't been exactly the best outdoor weather for driving and stuff like that. But there has been a lot happening. The theme of this show is the McLaren Senna a cursed car? And if you don't already know what's been happening to McLaren Sennas, which are, as we'll explain in a moment, a fabulous creation from the Walking England manufacturer, there's been some strange goings-on with this thing. It came to my attention a couple days ago, actually, when I saw that Salomondrin, who has a big, huge channel in LA, lost his car, which had just been delivered not long before that, a few days I think it was. He lost his car to a fire. It was totaled. Let's just back up for a minute and talk about the McLaren Senna, what it is, what's significant about it, and so forth. The McLaren Senna began production in 2018, a limited production run of only 500 cars. And the price on this thing is astronomical. It's something, the list price is something like 850,000 US, but there's a big premium on those, so they're hellaciously expensive cars, well over $1 million a pop US. It is derived from the 720S, which is itself a really fabulous car. And if you haven't had a look at some of the great videos that Brooks is making on his channel Dragtimes, where he runs his 720S against a lot of other things, you should check that channel out, because it's really interesting to see how fast that car really is. But the Senna is a track-focused car, and as such, it's been lightened, even though it's based on the same tub, the carbon fiber tub that the McLaren 720S is built on. Modified tub. It's a different version of the engine, 4-liter engine basically, but it produces whatever it is, 789 horsepower, almost 800 horsepower. The really interesting thing is that the dry weight of the car, that is without fluids, is something like 1,200 kilograms or something like 2,650 pounds. So that's extremely light. 2,600 pounds, that's incredibly light for something that has almost 800 horsepower. You can imagine what kind of a rocket this thing is going to be on the road and the track. Those are the basic specs on the car. I don't want to bore you with more details on it, but it's a gorgeous car, very, very exclusive. There is a GTR track-only version available for it as well, which is another thing that you might want to look at. In any case, here's where this jinx, or this McLaren Senna curse started. Apparently, this guy in Munich, Germany, took delivery of his car, and he crashed it on the same day. Now, I don't know if it's totaled or not. Probably not by the looks of it. But it's kind of sucky, because I think he was only gone for a few minutes after he took delivery of the car. I'm not sure what it says here. It had less than 62 miles on the odometer, which is incredible. Yeah, so he crashed it just after taking delivery, a few minutes after taking delivery. I mean, that's terrible luck. 43-year-old businessman, apparently. And the next victim, that was October 24th. The next victim was December 14th, 2018. Occurred in Britain with another McLaren Senna just before Christmas. Not a very nice thing to happen before Christmas. There was a head-on collision with two other cars. 40 miles east of London it happened. And you can see from the pictures here, it's pretty badly mashed up. So that was another example of a car that got totaled. In any case, it hadn't been on the road very long, so this is very, very bad luck. Indeed, that's pretty serious damage. The wheel does not look like it's in the place it's supposed to be, that's for sure. And last but not least, at least so far, is Salomondrin's car. Now, Salomondrin's car he'd had for about 11 days, and I'm going to show you a couple of clips from his channel where we saw him, taking delivery of the car and playing some pranks and all that kind of stuff. But it's a beautiful car, and he'd had it for approximately 11 days before they had this fire, and the car pretty much looks totaled. It's horrible. So our heartfelt regrets go to Salomondrin. Alejandro, we're very sorry to hear that this has happened. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are just horrified at hearing this news, very tragic news, and hopefully all your insurance or whatever, well, if it's a fire manufacturing defect or something, hopefully the factory will just replace the car for you. That would be my guess. I think they should. If you haven't done anything to the car, presumably you haven't, you should get a new car out of that, I think. Anyways, I guess nobody was hurt or whatever, and you know, he made a video talking about it. I think he's going to produce another video as well. So there you have it, folks. 3 McLaren Sennas, all sort of destroyed or badly damaged within a short period of time of being delivered. And what's going on here? Is it a curse or is it a jinx on these cars? I don't know. You tell me. Let's hope not, because it looks like an amazing car. But for sure, based on the first 2 cars that got in accidents, not a car to be trifled with, and to be driven very carefully when you first get it. So, and hopefully McLaren will get to the bottom of the fire issue and get on top of it right away and figure out if there's a defect that they have to do a recall on or something like that. Because we certainly don't want to see more of these, you know, $1 million plus hypercars going up in flames. Because that could cause, can you imagine, you know, if that happened in your garage of your house or something like that? It's a disaster waiting to happen, right? So anyway, the McLaren curse, McLaren jinx, I don't know. Let's hope it isn't. But there's the news for you about McLaren Senna. Thanks for watching.